Hi, this is Scott from Scott Shot Media. Today is Tuesday, August 4th, and this is what is happening on the mountain. Not a whole lot going on as far as traffic goes. Of course, ongoing bridge construction on State Route 330. I saw there was some social media conversation yesterday about when's that project's supposed to be done. My understanding is that they are on schedule, and it is scheduled to be completed on August 31st, so the end of this month. So we'll check into that, see if that's actually going to be the case. Of course, you'll have to wait your turn for the red light, but right now there isn't a whole lot of delays. Up here on the 18, there's some guardrail repair going on. Between today, they're going to try to get it done between probably Snow Valley and Lakeview Point, and then tomorrow Lakeview Point to the dam. So you're down to one lane between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. both days, so just use caution in the area, slow for the cone zone. And then if your commute takes you out to the desert, out to the Apple Valley area, State Route 173 will be down to one lane from the cutoff from the 138 as you head east on the 173 back past Lake Silverwood. Weather is going to look great this week into the weekend. Average to even below average temperatures across the mountain. No hazardous weather to report. Of course, there might be some smoke drift from our apple fire burning down the hill in Cherry Valley. But other than that, things are looking great on the mountain. We don't have any fires on the mountaintop reported. There were yesterday, last night, some false alarms and some campfires and barbecues reported in the Big Bear area, but no actual fires. A quick update on the apple fire. It is burning, I believe, about 26,000 acres right now. Last I checked, it was about 7% contained. A lot of this is rugged, inaccessible areas, so the only containment that they're going to be able to do other than natural barriers like stream beds and things like that is using the air tankers to lay down FOS check lines. So it is going to be uncontrolled, uncontained for a while, but it does look like they are getting an upper hand on this fire. A few crimes to report across the mountain. Over here in the Crestline area, there was an assault with a deadly weapon on Waters Drive. There was an arrest made for someone in possession with intent to sell heroin or morphine, also over here in the Lake Gregory area. And Big Bear, hiding behind me here in the Sugarloaf area, or Moon Ridge, there was somebody found some narcotics on Moon Ridge Drive. And then hiding down here in the Forest Falls area, there was somebody is issued a citation. I don't know if they are arrested or not, but at least issued a citation for trespassing on Mill Creek. Power outages, just 3 of them reported today on the western half of the mountain. In Crestline, 19 customers are without power until about 3 o'clock as Edison crews upgrade the telephone poles. Also over here in Lake Arrowhead, on the west side of the lake, there's 12 customers without power until about 2 o'clock for pole upgrades. And then over here between Cedar Glen and the villas, 16 customers are without power as Edison upgrades their pole, and that power should be restored about 4 o'clock this afternoon. And COVID news, starting to see a gradual flattening of the curve countywide as relates to positive COVID testing. You see there was this big dip here last week. That's because the county ran out of tests, but they have a new vendor now, and they're encouraging everybody I actually even heard you don't have to have symptoms to go to the county testing facilities. We don't have any up here, so you'd have to go down the hill. You can go on the county's website and find where the closest free testing is. But an update for mountain communities is, and it's probably because we ran out of test kits. So we actually were only reporting a couple of new cases for the last few days. But now, as of today, we've seen an increase of about 8 new cases. So Angeles remains at 2. Big Bear City remains at 29. Big Bear Lake has 4 new cases, bringing the total to 40. Blue Jay still has 7. Cedar Glen still has 4. Crestline, 1 new case, bringing the total to 48. Forest Falls still has 3. Green Valley Lake has 1 new case, bringing their total to 2. Lake Arrowhead remains 8. Rim Forest remains 1. Running Springs still has 18. A new case in Sugarloaf brings their total to 7. And a new case in Twin Peaks brings their total to 8. And the death count still remains the same, unchanged, to 4. Now, new cases isn't necessarily the most important criteria for determining where we stand with COVID. It's hospital census. So here we're seeing hospital admissions or patients currently in the hospital for COVID and COVID-related symptoms. You see that we did have a downturn over the last few days, so that is actually really good news. That usually trails about a week behind an influx or a deflux in cases. So once we see a huge influx, we can expect a week later to see an increase in hospital admissions. And then when there is fewer cases reported a week later, we should expect to see less hospital admissions. And that's what we're looking at here. And then maybe a week or so, a week to 10 days after the hospital admissions, we should see changes in the ICU admissions. And that's what this is showing us. And we're still seeing a high number of COVID patients in the ICU. The good news is that there's less other patients in ICUs right now. So these drops here are because fewer other patients for other reasons, traumatic injuries, other serious medical health issues, which helps relieve the burden on the hospital as far as nursing staff and doctors and auxiliary staff. And then, of course, the worst case is when somebody's in ICU and they have to go on a ventilator, then this number increases. And we can see probably this increase here is from the high number of county patients recorded over the last 2 or 3 weeks. So that's all I have for right now. Again, this is Scott from Scott Shot Media. Feel free to email me at scott@scottshotmedia.com. Give me a call or a text, or follow along YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope. And I'm actually thinking about joining TikTok. What do you think about that? At Scott Shot Media. Have a great day. And of course, we will update you if there's any breaking news going on the mountain.